Well, good evening, everyone. Meteorologist Michael Wilhite here with Southern Indiana weather. Tonight's video is sponsored again by High Voltage Mobile DJ Service. You can reach Nathan at 630-9465 and visit him on the web at djhighvoltage.com. Make sure to tell them Southern Indiana weather sent you. They do a great job. So if you are in need of a DJ for a wedding or a party or any kind of an event where you would need a DJ, all kinds of events could use that. Give Nathan a call. All right. Let me just take a look real quick here at our national radar and show you that the storm system that moved through is well off to the northeast. It's actually causing New York and up here in Maine some problems now. This was the first wave that caused our problems yesterday with all the ice. It is now snow for them. The second wave that went through this morning is on the backside of it is now gone too. We're just left with some lingering flurries and cold temperatures. It's 6:40 p.m. here of the night on Wednesday, February the 5th. I know some schools are already closed tomorrow. I just got the automated call from Southwest schools here in DuBois County, where my daughter goes, that they're closed, and I suspect a lot of, probably going to be par for the course around the area. So stay tuned to some of your local media outlets for that. WBDC always maintains a list here. In the DuBois County area, I know the Evansville TV stations as well maintain lists, and some of your others. So just check for school and business closings again tomorrow, because unfortunately, road conditions have improved on the main roads. The back roads just remain pretty ice covered. And it was a pretty significant icing event, as for most of us down here in the southern part of the state, as you can tell. Temperatures in the mid-20s right now. Those will fall pretty cold tonight, and we'll talk about that here in just a minute. All right, real quick, thank you, everyone who has liked our page in recent days. Just a real quick couple of things to point out that are exciting here at Southern Indiana Weather. We reached 10,000 likes today for the first time, and it was pretty intense yesterday with all of the comments and everything that we have received. Thanks to everyone who provided feedback yesterday through the storm. Your reports are absolutely critical to helping me do my job and to be able to do it well, to track these storms and keep you safe. I was not able to interact with every one of your comments, and I had 417 comments on the page yesterday. I went ahead and calculated it up a while ago, and it's just, you can't interact with all of those comments in one day long. But a big thank you to everyone who commented on the road conditions and what you were seeing, and that really helps us track these things live. Now, if you are in the DuBois and Spencer County areas, just real quick reminder, you can actually hear our forecast on 103.3 The Fix or on 101 Country WBDC. So make sure you check that out. You can go to 1033thefix.com and check out their website. We also have a southernindianaweather.com widget here on their website as well. Same thing with WBDC. And you can check that out, and be sure to like those pages and tune in, as you'll be able to hear me give the forecast on the Fix, and you'll hear the DJs read from our forecast as well on WBDC. All right, let's talk now about what to expect. The good news is we're in sort of a quiet pattern for the next few days. We do have some chances of some accumulating snow. Let's see, I wrote some things down here that we'll look at. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 potential. Just looking at my notes that I've made as far as what we're going to have the next few days. As we go through this, we've got 7 chances at some snow over the next couple of weeks. So for those of you that are tired of winter, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, winter is just hanging on, and it's not over yet. And it looks like it could be back with a vengeance in some ways. Okay, let's just go ahead and go through this. Here we are today, and we'll move through here. And you see high pressure starts to go large and in charge for us for the next few days. So that will be pretty nice. By the time you start to enter Saturday, though, we get a little bit of a chance of some snow showers. Now, the runs earlier this morning had some snow showers over us. They've since pushed that into northern Indiana. We'll see what that does, whether that's a trend. These things sometimes go back and forth this far out, but there's one chance. In the area, at least, there's some light snow showers, and that could possibly come back down for us again. We'll see. By the time Sunday comes, though, we've got a chance for actually some accumulating snow over us. You see these darker shades of green would be probably a swath of a couple of inches of snow. And that's, again, specific totals this far out are extremely hard to pin down. And so those are rough totals at this point. Don't take that to the bank. But there's a chance of it on Sunday that we could get an inch or two out of this. So just bear that in mind. Then you notice another little wave coming down here on Monday. That sort of dissipates over us a little bit. Now, if we were to go into the run from earlier this morning, it kind of gave us some accumulation with that. So keep in mind, Monday we may have some accumulating snow as well. Again, these are going to vary from model to run, so that's just to be expected. But then you've got another storm brewing here on Monday night coming into Tuesday, and this actually looks like it could be a pretty impressive storm right now. This would hit Kentucky again with some pretty decent-sized snows, even into extreme parts of southern Indiana, and then some light dustings even all the way as north as Indianapolis. Based on the way this looks right now, again, these greens would be at least 2 inches or more of snow based on this, and we would be plenty cold enough for it based on how far the lines are down. So we'll keep an eye on that. That's just something that we're going to have to watch out for. This would be Tuesday the 11th of February for keeping track on time. Now, interestingly enough, the model run from this morning actually took this storm more along the south than it did to the north. So again, these models are going to flip-flop back and forth this far out, like I've said. But this is just sort of a heads up of what to expect. And the bottom line that we can get out of this is that we have plenty of chances coming up. And then you see, again, whenever we're below these blue lines, that means we're cold enough for snow, so that means it's going to be ridiculously cold temperatures. Our normal high is around 45, so this is 10 or more degrees below normal by the time you get into these blue lines. And that's what you see stick around for several days here. And then you've got another cold front that will move in, a low tracking to our north. Here's Thursday the 18th. Let's get into, well, hold on. This is as far as that model goes out. I got to switch tabs here. Let's go into the extended period here. And now we're taking a look at on Thursday night, potentially some light snow moving around into Friday. And on Valentine's Day, we've got what could be a potential little bit of snow. We'll monitor that. Hey, that would be great to have snow for Valentine's Day, right? Yeah. Anybody sick of snow? Want to go groundhog hunting? Folks, it's just the train of pain keeps coming for us. And notice this next system that we've got in the works behind it. Here we are by Saturday, the 15th. And you've got, yes, again, more light snow in the area. And then behind that, notice this one. By the time you get into the hour 288 time frame, we're looking at 7 a.m. on Monday the 17th of February. Again, this could be another 2 or 3 inches of snow for us from the way this is painting. Yes, we're not going to talk about specific totals this far out. I can just tell you what the model paints. This is not a forecast. I'm just telling you what could happen. But again, on that Monday, we could be looking at some accumulating snow. And then as you continue on, it looks like we actually get a pretty decent warm-up. You've got a low moving to our north. You've got a trailing cold front through here with it. Watch another low start to form and eject out here. And this actually, with the red lines well north of us, I'll show you here in just a second. This actually would be a nice warm-up, but it could come with a price. I think I've got it here. Yeah, that's the right tab. You notice here by Thursday the 22nd at 7 p.m., it's warmed us up into the 60s. Now, if we get into the 60s and even pushing 70 in some areas out here in Illinois, what does that trigger this time of year? Yeah, you guessed it, severe weather. So I would be very concerned about severe weather at this particular time frame if that came into being. Let me get back on the right tab here. So it does have some light rain with this, but this is just something that we're going to have to see. It doesn't suggest a squall line or anything like that at this point, but you notice these lines then start to move down through us real quick, so it'd be a sharp temperature gradient behind that. That's something that we will monitor. So again, around the 21st time frame, we're going to have to watch out for what could potentially be some severe weather at this point. Nothing set in stone yet, but we'll keep an eye on it over the coming days. All right, let's talk about snow, about what we can expect. Again, I've talked about some of the accumulations. Here's what the GFS this afternoon is saying for the system on Sunday, and you can see it is not very aggressive at all. It really gives a light dusting to, maybe an inch and a half for parts of us. If you go for the Canadians model of it, it's much more aggressive and gives several 4 or 5 inches up here for Indianapolis and gives us an inch or two down here. So again, this is far out, but an early look, yes, accumulating snow is possible on Sunday. Then after that, we're talking about the Monday night and into the Tuesday storm. GFS is very aggressive with this, and as you can see, I said the light green shades were at least 2 inches, but whenever you've got those light green shades over different slices in time, it adds up, and that's exactly what you're seeing here. So you're seeing, a good 4 or 5 inches potentially over southern Indiana. This is accumulated snowfall, so you're going to have to take off about maybe an inch at most here in southern Indiana from this. So you've got a good 3 to 5 inches over southern Indiana, and look down here, you got 6, 7, 8 inches plus in Kentucky. Again, this far out, this is not set in stone. This could completely change, but it's the idea that we've got a heads up that we've got to watch really for this Sunday storm and the next Tuesday storm. Those are the big ones that are going to be watching over the next week at this point. Canadian, just to show you, is in a similar vein with that and keeps some very decent accumulations for it as well. So we'll be watching them. Let's talk about temperatures over the coming couple of weeks, because this is going to be very something that we're going to want to watch as well. Remember, the blues and greens are below normal temperatures, and the warmer colors are above normal. Anytime Alaska starts to go above normal, you've got to watch out, because that funnels cold air into our area. That's exactly what you find. And then whenever Alaska starts to go below normal again, watch what happens then. Alaska goes below normal and we go above normal, and that's exactly what you see here. Alaska goes well below normal again. We're coming into this time frame where we get severe weather, possibly with us in the 60s according to this. So we will watch out for that. But notice on this time frame here, about the 15th, that's not the one I'm wanting to look at. We go behind this. Let's go to the 18th. Here we go. Notice what you see here, if I just sort of back this up in time a little bit. This is the polar vortex spinning around up here, okay? And then notice what happens to that. A piece of the polar vortex breaks off and dives south again. We're going to have to watch this to see exactly what the temperatures do on this. Now, the control model here really would tank us, and this would be right before the big warm-up as well. The ensembles don't do it quite as much. As you can see here, it just is lighter shades of blue rather than the deeper shades of green. We're going to have to watch that. The ensembles don't take our temperatures at all. They only take it into the 30s. But if I were to base it completely off of this particular run, there is no way I would say the 30s. I would say 20s with lines going that far south. So that's something that we're just going to have to see. Taking a look at temperatures quickly off for the GFS ensembles over the next 15 days, you can see well below normal temperatures, and that's just the bottom line. Normal temperature is about 45. This is one of the products I use to come up with a forecast every day, just to show you real quick. This is called an MOS guidance, stands for MOS guidance, model output statistics. Basically, it takes the raw data from the GFS model and then converts it to a number for what a high temperature and low temperature would be for the day. And that's what you'd see on this line over here. And I've got it for almost every city that has an airport in the state that I can look at. And but this is what I want to show you. It also gives me the normals, and our normal high is 45 degrees over this time frame. All right. As you go through this, 16, 19, 32, 23, 23, 31, 35. The GFS is ridiculously cold over the next few days. We're talking potentially 20 or more degrees below normal. All right. For that reason, by the way, the National Weather Service also agrees 6 to 10 day temperature outlook probability well below normal for us. And their 6 to 10 day precipitation probability well above normal for us. Well, guess what that means? Whenever you have well below normal temperatures and well above normal precipitation, that's a lot of shots for snow, and that's exactly what we see in the GFS model as I went through it with you. Really 7, 8 chances for potential snowfalls over the next coming 15 days. So it looks like we're entering into a very active time period. And then after that, maybe we get that warm up, but we'll have to watch for some severe weather. We'll see. Nothing set in stone, but we're keeping our eye on it. You can go to southernindianaweather.com, get your updated 7-day forecast. I forecasted 30 for the day. That was our high, actually, but it was really early this morning. And then we dropped down into the mid-20s, and then we've only made it up to 27. So it's just been a ridiculously cold day. Went down to about 11 degrees tonight, so it's just going to tank. It's going to be bitterly cold in the morning. And tomorrow, partly cloudy, very cold, only a high of 17. Down to 4 tomorrow night. I've upped that from the -1 that I was forecasting yesterday for this same day. And the models have thankfully backed off that a little bit, but 4 degrees is not much better than -1. So bottom line, it's going to be particularly very cold on Thursday night. Friday, again, continued very cold. Saturday and Sunday, again, we've got the chance of some snow showers on Saturday, probably light on that day. Accumulating snow possible on Sunday. I'm not going to throw any numbers with it yet, but I showed you from the GFS and Canadian. This is just something that we're going to have to watch. And then Monday, of course, the temperatures will be lower because of that accumulating snow. We got that chance of light snow moving in Monday night, and more accumulating snow possible on Tuesday, folks. It's just a never-ending train of pain between temperatures and snow over the next couple of weeks. So that's where we stand. All right. Still looking for sponsors for our website, by the way, and for Facebook. So if you're interested, you can give me an email, southerninwx@gmail.com. You can also, under About, and then if you just click on Advertise with us, you can find some great information about that. All right. That's it for tonight, folks. We'll have more of these videos coming up. Stay tuned.